Ladies and gentlemen, Tactical Advance here, and welcome back to some more Star Citizens. Now today, I'm taking a look at the Freelancer MAX. A few guys who follow my channel, you know last week I did the Freelancer Der. I'm going to be doing the MISC as well, though that's probably more likely going to come next week. The reason actually for the ordering is the same order that I would probably buy in, guys. I'll probably go for the Der first, because I like the exploration, and it can carry cargo. I'll probably go for this second, because obviously it's got the larger cargo haul. And the Freelancer MISC, because it can carry pretty much the same, we'll be here give or take, as the standard Freelancer, and also has better weaponry. That's probably my ordering. But today we're going to take a look at this, and it's quite significantly different from the other ships. Now, starting at the front of the ship, it's actually got the same front end as the Freelancer. And what I mean is the standard Freelancer hasn't got their little knobbles on the front. You can probably just see down here, although it's glitching out a little bit. On the front of the MISC there, you can see the little knobbly bits coming out the front. You can see the Der down the end there as well. So that's the first observation. Now, obviously, I don't know if we can call them wings, guys, but these things coming out the side, if I suppose we can, are obviously considerable larger than any other ship. And let's just have a quick chat about some of the stats now. Now, currently, this ship can actually carry 280 freight units. Now, comparing that to the other ships, I'm not going to say it's double, but, you know, it's considerably more than the other ships. It carries 2 people. It has a maximum power plant of 6. Now, this has got the biggest power plant out of the Freelancer series, and there's a reason for that. Because it actually has a lot more, let's say, thrusters than any other ship. Obviously, you're going to need more power. And the reason it's got that is obviously because the payloads are heavier. So it's sort of a bit of a compensation there, really. But having a look down there, maximum engines, the actual primary thrusters, it's got 4 TR5. Compared to the other Freelancers, all of them have only got 2 TR5s. But with that extra weight on board, you're probably going to need that extra thruster power to push you forward, I'm guessing. Moving down, it's got 8 TR2s. Maneuver thrusters, that's pretty going great, really. Maximum shields it's got is 4, which is actually the lowest in the Freelancer series. All the others being all the others are actually 5, and this is the only one with 4. For obvious reason, really. I mean, this is, you know, sole design really is to do the transportation of goods, you know, at its maximum in the Freelancer, so the heaviest sort of weight. So shields, you know, shouldn't really be your priority here. Low energy signature. I'm not sure how it's going to be quite low with double the size of the thrusters, but we'll have to wait and see when we go live into the game. But moving on, comparing it to the other ships as well. I mean, for weaponry, it's not actually far off. Obviously, it's by any means loaded to the teeth like the other ships, particularly the MISC. We can take a look at that next week. But it has the similar the same sort of guns on the side. Missiles underneath the wing. You know, it's lightly, let's just say it's lightly, the weaponry is very light, you know. It's got them side guns. I think them side guns are going to be fantastic. And it's also got the rear tail gun as well, very similar to the other ships as well, the ball turret, which we can see if we just pop around here. You can see at the top there as well. So it's got that as well. So it's, you know, by any means it's not going to be defenseless. But saying that, one of the advantage of this ship is supposed to be the low energy signature of the engines. Okay, let's move inside and take a look. Going this way, actually, because I had a little bit of difficulty, guys, open the back door. I mean, without me sort of giving it a go for 20 minutes and trying to get in, I thought I'll just go through this way and we head out the back first, and then we'll start from the back and work our way through. So let's shut this up. Turn this one up. Then we'll turn around. I'm getting a bit of shaky stuff here, guys. It's a little known bug, wobbly head thing. Let's close this one up. My first observation, actually, obviously, as soon as I walked in here, I thought, my God, this is probably so far, out of all the ships I've seen inside the hangars, this is by far the largest of them all. Let's just get perspective of that. Well, I say largest, I mean largest is in cargo hold. You know, comparing that to other ships, say for instance, I'm just going to check something while I'm here. Let's have a look. Now 480. I'm just having a look. What I'm doing now is I'm just comparing. What I'm going to do is, which is quite an interesting thing. I'm just going to compare the Constellation against the. Let's have a look against the Max here. Now the reason I'm doing this is because I know that the good news is, if anyone who owns a Constellation, is the Constellation is as we heard from the last, I was going to call it Wingman's Hangar, but the latest update video around the verse, we heard in there that the Constellation, let's call it V1.2, is now been completed. So that's fantastic. That doesn't mean that we're going to get it in the hangar, but we know it's done. Now the reason why I'm bringing that into the conversation is because looking at what you get here, right, and looking at the Constellation. Now I've got a Constellation, any of you guys have got one. You're probably thinking the same thing as me. There's no way there's this much space inside the Constellation. No way. I mean, it's a lot lower for a start. Is it as wide? Could be. Not as much, I don't know. But if we start looking at the actual freight units, I mean, this is 280, the Constellation's 480, so theoretically, you know, it should be nearly, not quite double the size, but double the size of this. So, exciting times, guys, for anyone who owns the Constellation. I can't wait, guys. It's probably going to be one of these sort of epic videos that I'm going to do when that new Constellation lands in the hangar. I absolutely can't wait. Now, one thing I have noticed as well, guys, today, because we're looking inside of a different hangar, the lighting in this hangar is significantly better than the other hangars, so it does help actually. You know, you can see a lot more detail. So rear doors, pretty cool, guys. Back door comes down. I don't know if you saw the animation on the back there for the guys who haven't got this ship. Let's have a look. Press that again. You see the little fold up bit on the end there. To obviously stop to help with the incline on the ramp. We'll just do it one more time, but I'll see if I can get a bit closer so you guys can see. Here we go. So it extends out. So it's like a double extend there. So obviously the incline's more feasible. Now, obviously you can. There's lots of things you can actually transport in this, I should imagine. Obviously the normal freight stuff, but I can't see there being a reason why you couldn't transport pretty much anything in here, guys. You know, vehicles further on down the line. Could probably fit about 20 buggies in here as well. Wouldn't be surprised. Having a look around the ship now. Got the nice hydraulic rams coming down there. Very nice. Animations are fantastic. The same sort of flooring, actually. I sort of vaguely remember having one single track in the normal Freelancer variants. This one seems to have them double tracks. And having a look round, you can see they've got this cooling system very similar to the other series. Moving down this way. Now, one of the things I did find a little bit odd, I still haven't quite, not really sure, guys. Not sure with this material that's going on here. Look, I mean, I'll just try and show you here. See this here? I don't know if that's supposed to be like rubber or something. I'm not really sure. It almost looks like, can't remember his name. What's the one in Star Trek that morphs into different things and he's like a pool of liquid? That's the best way I can explain it. I mean, it's sort of that sort of material, and it just looks a bit odd. I mean, not only does it go around the door there, but it's up here as well. Look, it's a bit weird. It just looks a bit. I don't know. When I move over here, you see the corners there? Something just doesn't look right with that material. I'm not quite sure about that. Although it is definitely interesting, but I don't think it actually fits in there. Maybe it's something to do with the lighting. It just looks a bit odd. Reflections look fantastic, but like I said, the material is just a little bit too odd for me. I mean, having it round the edge of the door there, okay, fair enough. That does look okay, but up the top there, it's just like a blob. It just looks a bit weird. Maybe they want to gunmetal that down a little bit. I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comments and tell what you think. It just looks a bit odd to me. Unless it moves or something. I don't think it does. Anyway, moving down this side. Very much the same, actually, of the other side. I think it's just a direct replica of the other side. Hydraulic ram there. And we also have the ball turret thing up there. That's clearly going to do the door. If we can get a bit higher up there, I don't think we can. Let's try again. Not really sure. I've never actually seen anyone get one of these things down yet, guys. And like I said, I'm hoping that there's going to add buttons in here, because once again, we've got that same sort of thing that I mentioned last time, guys. You know, I spent quite a bit of time trying to find a button here. I mean, maybe there's a button somewhere, guys, that I've missed, but, you know, it wasn't obvious anyway. I mean, going back to the blue button thing, I always like that, because it makes nice and clear what you should be doing anyway. So, yeah, okay. We'll close up the back door. No particular reason, still want to draft. Here we go. Okay, moving to the airlock. Very much the same as, well, pretty much identically the same, actually, with the same airlock hatch as the previous one. The only difference being here, guys, you can actually see it. Oh, look, someone did actually say to me, oh, that's quite interesting. Someone said in the last video, I mentioned about the ladder. Can you see that there, guys? That is definitely a telescopic ladder that comes down. So that obviously, there's going to be a button here somewhere. Maybe over here or something, right? And what's going to happen is that little thing there that is going to fold down. I've seen them for sale in the local cheap shop near me and maplins and funny little ladders that telescopically extend. So that's obviously going to open up, and once that's down there, maybe, I'm just guessing here, I'm putting 2 and 2 together and getting 400 here, guys. Maybe them little legs sitting at them holes or something on the floor there. Maybe that coincides with them little holes. We've always wondered what this funny looking floor was, because it looks very detailed. It almost looks like it should be doing something. So maybe when that comes down and hits there, that something else happens. Who knows, guys? I'm just guessing. But anyway, well spot, whoever spotted that, guys. That was a good spot. I read it in the comments. So that is definitely a ladder, and that is obviously how you're gonna get out that airlock hatch. So moving into the front area. Now the only difference here, actually, I mean, there is a little bit of difference, but what you're going to realise if you've watched the last video is just because of the lighting in here, it's just I don't know, you can see a lot more. It's just so much brighter in here. It's weird how actually you would have thought that this would have had internal lighting. And the hangar lighting wouldn't have affected the internal lighting, but it obviously does. So they need to maybe look at the internal lighting of the ship and don't, you know, don't let the exterior have too much say over the lighting. You know what I'm getting at. So you want the light, you turn the lights on, you want it to be as bright as it is all the time, not when you go in a different area, you know, in space and so on. So having a look round, what we got? We have, same as before, funny looking buttons there, and this weird metals thing that I noticed last time. Really strange sort of metal texture. Interesting. Hey, pretty cool. Too concerned about that. We have the shower. You can actually see the top of the shower there. Oh, you can just see it there, look. So you can have a shower. On this side, got your sink, your drawers, feed it. Oh, what's that? What was that? Oh, that's probably going to make me go through down the steps, isn't it? Yeah. You've got 2 drawers there for your toothbrush and your toothpaste. Toilet roll, all your sort of stuff down the bottom there, you can whack in there. We've got a nice little table area here that folds down. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, I have no idea how to get that down. I don't want to sort of accept the button, guys, you know what I'm getting at, because the bottom door, I'm going to walk out of it, but... We've got some storage cabinets up the top there, fire extinguisher there. Something that I've always said that I love to be able to use the fire extinguisher when there's a fire, so I'm hoping that we're going to be able to interact with these objects, i.e., you know, there's a fire, you know, someone's got to get out of the seat, grab the fire extinguisher and put the fire out. We have one on that side. There's 2 of them. They look quite detailed as well. In all fairness, they look pretty good. Look, they're not hosed, are they? So they're ones that fire out the top. They look quite old fire extinguishers. So, continuing on. Moving on into the sort of bunk bed area. Very much the same as before. We can see a little bit more this time, guys, because once again, the lighting's just so much better. Get a pillow each. No duvet. You need to bring your own sleeping bag, guys. Moving down, we've got some lights up the top there. Maybe that's storage. Could be more storage. Oh, they've got some more storage containers up here. I don't know if we... All these ones up here as well. So quite a lot of storage. This is going to be really good for long journeys as well, I should imagine. Looks very nice in here, once again, because the lighting, again, you can just see so much more detail. I actually jumped in one of these seats earlier, so you can actually get in these ones now. Didn't really notice that last time. Obviously, the controls in the seat are sort of pretty much not doing much at the moment, so there's not really much you can look at there, really. Let me get in the cockpit seat as well, take a look in here. Fantastic, have a good look round. View angle's a bit better. I don't know if you remember in the first Freelancer video that I did, guys, if you watched it, one of my sort of gripes was the viewing angle when you look left and right. It was almost like you wanted to adjust the seat up and down so you could see, but this looks like it's been improved slightly. I'd like to maybe go turn my head a little bit further, is that? Because at the moment, if you look how far my head turns, if I'm looking forward, I'll turn that way. That's only turning, stopping at like under a quarter of my... You know, I want to go... That's not even going quarter. I surely should better look further than that. Because that is limiting my field of view a bit, because... Let's just get out of the seat. I'm probably going a bit too far here, but how much more window have I got left? There's quite a lot of window. So you sort of want to be able to sort of in the seat, really, didn't you? You want to sort of do maybe that. I don't know. My head would turn that far. I could probably lean my shoulder around and turn a bit further. So probably some little adjustments there need to be made on the visual aspect of it. Oh, look, and the center the steering wheel. Oh, it's not really a steering wheel. I don't know what we would call that, but the thing still popped out. Looks like some little robot is going to give me a cuddle in my seat. Doesn't it? Oh my god, they're going to start talking to me. Fantastic. Yeah, center console. Looks good. Seats look comfy. No, prevent backache. And finally, we'll find the door. It's here somewhere. Which we're calling the front door. I suppose we're calling it that. Now, it's nice to actually have it in here because you can really admire the materials now, because, you know, the lighting on the materials looks fantastic in this hangar, I must admit. Probably it's one of the probably the best hangars I think so far for lighting and just actually looking at a ship, because there's no really black spots. If you look at the way the light reflects on the floor, you know, normally in the other hangars you can't even see. It's pitch black here, but you can have a real good look round here. I like the fact that you've gone into the detail there, guys, on the weapons there. Look, you can actually see that there's a bit of dirt there and it's worn, and the fact that you can see the way the metal's been tarnished. It's almost like you feel because of it's sort of, you know, because of the heat or something like that, you know, and it's oxidized the metal. The materials look fantastic. Very, very good. Very impressive. And also you got everything just look, and that rusty sort of look as well looks very good. I still don't know if I'm too keen on this aluminium or aluminum, guys, for everyone. You know, is that, I don't know, what do you think about this this sort of metally sort of colour they're going for? Do you like it, guys? Let me know in the comments. I mean, I like it, but I don't know, would you do the whole ship in it? I don't know. Will that shiny bit go after a while? You know, I mean, I had a couple of motorbikes, and I had it's just a bit random, guys, but a ZXR 750RR, and I had the frame polished, and I polished it with, you know, as you do, and make it all nice and shiny, you know. And, you know, after sort of, you know, a couple of weeks, it got sort of really tarnished, and, you know, it sort of went, I wouldn't say matted, but, you know, it lost the shine. So it'd be interesting to know if after a period of time, will the ship age, or will this shininess go as such, you know? Or is this in the age process already? I'm not really sure. I have to check that out. But looking around here, hasn't got a massive amount of rockets, is it? That's the only... I mean... The idea is, I suppose, here is transportation, clearly, so it's always going to be lacking on something. But with them front guns, I think you're still going to be alright. The only reason I mentioned the rocket thing, guys, is because if you've played, obviously, the Marine Commander, rockets do seem quite key. Particularly for me, because I'm not a good pilot, and I'm just going to lock on and fire, you know, and that's me done. But... now moving around the back, we can see them double thrusters there now. Look absolutely awesome, don't they? I mean, look at that, guys. Wow. What can I say? I mean, look at that. That just looks absolutely epic, doesn't it? The way that the material is just rusted, and, you know, because you expect the engines to be like that. You know, if you subject, you know, metals to high temperatures, they not just oxidize, but they lose their protective coating because of the sheer heat. Then they rust. I think it's fantastic. It just looks absolutely amazing. I just think, you know, this looks like it's a ship. It almost, I don't want to patronise the person who's bought this ship, but it looks second-hand. It does, doesn't it? It looks like he's been done over. He just bought this, and I think it's been used. But yeah, I like that fact. I like the fact that, you know, it looks like it's been used and every part's not sort of brand new. So, put it around this side. Obviously, very much the same round here, really. And obviously, the same round this side is going to be no difference. I like the landing legs. I'll call them landing legs. Can we call that landing gear? Because they're just huge legs, aren't they? And you can see the hydraulic ram. Can we actually see where it goes up in? No, it looks like... Oh, they actually stay there by the look of it. Look, it looks like they... Maybe they just don't move. They don't go inside the ship. So let's have a look at that, because that's a... Almost got like skis, isn't they? So it's not... Obviously... I think actually, having a look at that, the hydraulic ram there... it's probably more like a shock absorber than a hydraulic ram. By the looks of it, which obviously takes some of the load or impact. I say impact. Oh yeah, it could be load and impact on landing, I suppose. But they look, by the looks of it, I can't see, guys, that they actually That actually folds up. No, it definitely doesn't go underneath there. So it might attract up by a couple of millimeters, but I can't see that totally disappearing. Not necessarily an issue. Well, let's have a look from a distance and see how that affects the aesthetics of the ship. Yeah, not a major issue, but obviously you're going to have them legs there. I don't think it's the end of the world. Fantastic ship, guys. What can I say? I mean, it looks great. I mean, particularly in this hangar, it just looks absolutely awesome. I think the metal looks nice. Don't know about the blue. Might change the blue if it was me. I might go a bit darker, black colour, so you don't stick out. But all in all, guys, what a fantastic ship. Definitely one that I would like to have. But like I said, I mean, for me, I'll probably go for the exploration ship first, because that's always interests me. But, if transportation's your thing, guys, this is a definite one to have a look at. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the video today. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye now.